hopefully you guys can hear me. Get my iPad set up so I can actually see chat if anybody wants to come into chat. So I kind of wanted, let me move the microphone closer to me, or not. I kind of wanted to do like a chit chat, get ready with me to talk about some of the things that has been going on with me for the past week or two. I did record that like mask chit chat life update like a week and a half ago. I can't remember. I have been so freaking busy, it's not even funny. Trying to get, well, not trying to get, but getting videos recorded and trying to get them off my device and then getting them edited and that kind of stuff. And I've noticed that lately Dropbox is like taking forever to upload the videos off my phone. Usually I can upload, if I record like say 2 videos each day while I'm sleeping at night, you figure at least 6 hours. If I'm asleep for 6 hours, I have those videos uploading onto Dropbox while I'm asleep on my phone. And usually by the time I wake up, those videos are already up and ready to pull into, hey Michael, I'm trying to read your name, Abishik, Abishik. So, and I've only been live a few minutes, if that, and it was me making sure the camera was facing the right direction and dropped the microphone like 3 times. So, while I sleep, my phone is uploading files, the video files that I took, or the little video clips that I took, and it uploads them. So when I get on my computer when I first get up, hey, you see my last name. I'm always correcting people on how to pronounce my name. So I try and do my best at sounding out people's names before I pronounce them, but I also did medical transcription for a number of years, and listening to doctors pronounce names and medical terms and that kind of stuff kind of gave me a leg up. So lately I've noticed this past week or so, and it could just be our internet speeds are slow, but I have noticed that anything that I have recorded since like last Wednesday, Thursday is taking so much longer to get off my phone. And I've been recording like 2 videos a day for the past week, minimum week and a half, at least 2 videos a day. And the reason for that is because I'm doing like so many looks, one eyeshadow palette kind of thing. So I record that video, and then and I split it up into like individual clips, so it's less editing for me, less cutting out, me picking up a shadow, me looking for a brush, that kind of thing. So I stopped recording like I'll get shadow on a brush and apply it to my eye, and then like if I go to switch colors or I look for a brush, I stop recording and then restart it when I find what I'm looking for. So there's like a whole lot less time in there of me like editing out like the ums and the ers and the dead space and that kind of stuff. So I have found that recording like little clips like that, not only does it lessen how big the video file is megabyte wise, but it also makes it upload a whole lot faster. So I can record, say I'm using 3 different eyeshadows. Well, those will be 3 separate video clips, and they range from like 300 megs to like, say, a gig, depending on how long I spend. And the clips range from like a minute to like 5 minutes per video clip that I'm recording. And so it's been taking a lot less time to upload those off my phone, or except for the past like week and a half. And I don't know what's going on, whether, like I said, it's internet or what. Oh, just life in general, what's going on with me and what I'm working on, and updates about my channel. And I will be doing, once I get done putting product in my hair, I will be talking about the update for my hair, as well as, you know, just getting into just life stuff in general. I mean, we can talk about whatever while I play with hair and makeup. But I just wanted to do like a live update. That way, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask questions and whatnot. You know, that's what the chat's there for. You guys can ask questions and I answer them. And there might be a little bit of a delay between me answering something and it coming up on video. Looks like my iPad is like lagging behind. Make sure the playback speed was changed. But the chat was there, so I'm not quite sure how long ago you sent that message, but hopefully the live chat like is on the ball. It's just the video was behind. And part of my hair is dry, so this isn't helping. But I've when I went to bed last night, well, I should say when I went to bed at like 1:30, 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I had like 48 video files on my phone from recording not 1, not 2, but 3 separate videos to get off my device while I slept. And when I woke up at like 11:30 last night, my phone still had like 18 video files on it. And I've recorded a makeup look at like 2:30 this morning, and I just washed that off before I got in the shower. And then I recorded another like chit chat kind of like video. Oh, that's good, Michael, that it's not like lagging. I really don't have a whole lot of stuff running right now. Besides, you know, the live stream and my iPad, or my iPhone recording this, and then my iPad for me to be able to see what's going on in chat. So, and thankfully it's not like lagging and making things blurry and spinning and that kind of stuff, because that usually sucks. And no, my hair will not stay up the way that I'm putting it up right now. I'm just getting it up so it's out of the way. I've got a lot of hair, and I just put like the Briogeo, however they want to pronounce it, curl charisma in my hair. So I want my hair like wavy, but my hair is so heavy that if I leave my hair down while it's semi-drying, that it pulls all the wave right back out of my hair. My hair is eating the clip. Get out of there. like I'm going for an Anne of Avonlea look here. It's just fine with me. I love that hairstyle when I was a kid. Okay, so I guess I could talk about the hair update really quick. I've been growing my hair out for a while. Oh, thank you. Yes, I am from Florida in the United States. I like to preface the fact that I'm in the United States versus America because you have North America, Central America, and South America, and I'm not from Central or South America. I am from North America. So I am in the USA. But I've been growing my hair out for a while, and the idea behind it was my friend Ken and I were both going to cut our hair and donate it for St. Jude's to be able to turn it into wigs. And he said that he couldn't remember how he donated it last time, so I reached out to St. Jude's. St. Jude's finally emailed me back yesterday afternoon or evening. I got it when I got up at 11:30 at last night. I had an email reply from them, so I didn't look and see what time they actually sent it. So they said that they don't collect hair for donation, but they do have like they do other like donation services, and I kind of thought it was funny how they answered me. They're like, well, if you want to donate with money instead of with your hair, you can, click here and donate money. And I'm like, no, I want to be able to donate a tangible object to somebody that can use it, that has some sort of like ailment or debilitating health condition. That was the whole point of me wanting to donate my hair. They're like, and further on down the email, they're like, well, you could just do a simple Google search to find, places to donate your hair. And I'm like, okay, but do you work with any of those companies to provide wigs for people that don't have any hair? And I made sure that when I sent them a message that I had put all of that information in the communication. And further on down the thing, it said that they don't work with anybody in particular that provides natural hair wigs, but they thought it was really great of me to offer to do those kinds of things for another person. And I'm like, because I had made sure to put in the message that I am a survivor of not one but two forms of cancer, and so I wanted to be able to give back to somebody in need. And I guess I'm not going to be able to work with them, but they were like, well, you could like always sell your hair to somebody and donate the money that you get from selling your hair. So I guess that's an option. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I'll do this. So I guess I could always sell my hair and there's a couple of websites that I have checked into to sell my hair, like to see, how the process works, and I've read all the information on it and that kind of stuff. But there are a couple of different websites that I can use to sell my hair and then donate the proceeds. And hair, my color and my length usually goes for anywhere between $200 and $1,000, depending on what the buyer is looking for and that kind of thing. So I guess when I do my video on how short I'm going to go with my hair, I'm going to have to put a poll or something in there and ask you guys what you would rather me do. Try and find like a wig maker that will work with me on accepting my hair in order to like make a wig for somebody in need, to see if they are willing to like buy it and talk to them directly about that, or go through one of these, like there was like 5 different websites that were recommended that they said that I could go through to sell my hair and go about it that way, and then just sell my hair and then give them the money in return for the donation. So those are like a couple of options that I have right there. Another side of this is I have been reaching out. There's a salon that follows me on Instagram that is a local salon, and they're in Leesburg, and I've talked to them a couple of times. We've been talking back and forth on Instagram about me going into their salon to get my hair cut. And they do some, like, they deal with social media, so they understand the whole YouTube thing and the ability to record my getting my hair cut. And you know that they're okay with me doing that. So that's one thing. And then I was like, okay, well, you know, with anybody working with my hair, I have to sit down with them first and talk to them about my hair so that they have a better understanding of not only what I'm looking for, but they know what the heck they're getting involved with, because my hair can be really easy to cut, but if you cut it wrong, it looks absolutely horrendous. So that was another thing that, you know, I was worried about, because nobody has cut my hair in the past 10 years besides me or my father. So nobody else has like really messed with my hair. And I don't like it when people mess with my hair. It kind of creeps me out. So it's just one of those things I'm like sensitive about. And I don't really want a whole lot of people like manhandling my hair. So it's all about getting to know the stylist, talking to her about my hair, what I want, what she's able to do, and what her suggestions are as far as going over what I have in mind for a cut and seeing if she thinks that, you know, style A, B, or C would, you know, which one would be better. And I do have a couple of options that I've thought about and that I've pulled pictures for. And there's actually a couple of celebrities with the hairstyle that I've had in the past that I was actually looking at getting my hair cut in a similar way. So I figured that that would be a pretty good reference for any beautician, was to be able to look at, you know, what is currently being worn by people that other people would know, so that they would have a frame of reference. I'm just trying to put my little radio thing on here, so I'm not just sitting here. I like multitask when I do things. So that's just one of the many things that I'm kind of dealing with right now, is going back and forth with stuff about my hair to get it cut, because I will be getting it cut in about 5 or 6 weeks. And I like to be prepared and to know what's going on ahead of time. Okay. And I know I've had quite a few people ask questions as to what in the world. It's like the concealer didn't stick in that one spot. That's weird. It's almost like the oil that I put on my face is like separating it. It looks like I got weird polka dots on my face. That is strange. Why is it that one spot? I was going to put more on anyways, but it looks like I got weird polka dot spots under my eye. My dad just texted me. I went and we only have one like scale in the house that is for, you know, like human body weight. And I went into his, well, good night. I leave the live streams up, so you can come back and watch this later, or watch what you miss later if you want. I don't know why, but this one spot on my eye does not want to like cover. That is really strange. Let me try using this one. I'll be here, Michael. If you do it to one side, you got to do it to both. Okay, that kind of worked. That was weird. It's almost like I have like the moisturizers and stuff I have on my skin was causing this area right, hello, go away. This area right here under my eye to like separate, and had all these little like circles and stuff under my eye. But that's okay. So I went in my dad's room this morning to use his bathroom scale, and I finally hit 130 pounds again. It's been since 2014 since I was 130 pounds, so I'm like really happy about that. I'm supposed to be for my height, I'm supposed to be between 135 and 145 pounds. And when I was 135, 136 pounds, I looked healthy. I looked good. I didn't feel like emaciated looking. I didn't get picked on as much. I didn't have girls out in public make derogatory comments about, go eat a burger. What the heck is going on with my face products now? Now this side is being all weird. Okay, something strange is going on with my face products because it's doing it to the other side now. Hang on, let me get off my screen. I don't know if you're going to be able to see what is going on here. It's like breaking up really bad. Well, I can tell you what I'm going to do to it. I'm going to wash that crap off and start over again. Because that looks bad. I'm not going out in public looking like that. Maybe I still had some like eye makeup remover or something on my under eyes from earlier. It's one I used the same thing at like 3 o'clock this morning when I did my makeup this morning, Ada. I've never had that happen. I think it was one of the oils I had on underneath of it. That was freaking strange. Oh no, this I like I said I use this concealer like earlier to do my makeup because I've been up since 11:30 last night and it worked fine earlier. I have the Maybelline Fit Me and I tried putting that over it and it worked. It was like I put it over the Makeup Revolution one and it was fine until I put the powder on it and then it separated again. So I don't know what's going on. Right? I have to use a yellow corrector in order to cover mine. That's why I go on with that first. But my skin has been so freaking dry lately that I've been like doubling up on like moisturizer. I have like 3 moisturizers on my face right now. Thank goodness I don't wear much else besides like corrector and concealer. That would have been like, I'd have had to wash off my whole like face. That would have been really bad. Or a pain in the butt to say the least. Yeah, I find like I have the NYX and the Smashbox like concealer and correctors, and both the NYX and the Smashbox both separate really bad on me under my eyes, and they cause all kinds of like weird stuff to happen. So let's try this again. And it's not like I'm using anything that I haven't used before. What do I recommend for STH? What is STH? I'm not quite sure what for dark circles, this is the e.l.f. corrector. And it also depends on your skin tone and your skin color. Because I'm yellow, like I have a really yellowish green undertone, and my dark circles are purple instead of like, okay, let me see if I can phrase this correctly. Because my dark circles are purple instead of like brown or yellow, I don't need like a peach corrector or a purple corrector under my eyes. I need the yellow to counteract the purple. So you're basically the same coloring as I am. Piece of paper with a hint of tan. Yeah, you can see like if you look really close to my under eyes, you can see all the little veins and stuff right under my eyes. The one I really love that is really like for me what I would consider full coverage, it's the Physicians Formula. They call it the Concealer Twins. It's in light and yellow, and if you watch my color corrector collection video, you'll see all the different color correctors and stuff like that I have. But the light yellow one works. I can't use the light for my skin. It's way too dark for my skin, period. But if I use the yellow side, it works. And if I have like a concealer that's a little bit too bright, some days my darkness and stuff is, I don't know, some days it's not as bad as others. And so I don't need it as brightening. And so I almost stabbed myself in the eye with that. I'd have been burning. But yeah, the light side, occasionally I'll use it like to cover up, like this is a breakout that's healing. Like I'll put it a little bit on, like something like that, but it's still a little too dark for my skin. This is the Makeup Revolution concealer, the Conceal and Define concealer in C2. And they've only got one shade lighter than this, which is C1. So if that tells you how light I am. And this is the same color as my skin, or maybe just a hint lighter. Let me... put a little bit more on and then come closer to the camera so you can actually see it. Okay. If you look, this is just a little bit lighter than my actual skin. So C2 is just a hair lighter. And of course, being 3 inches away from the ring light doesn't help. Yeah, it's looking a lot better than it did because I had all these like weird little like dots. It almost makes me wonder if the oil that I had, either the oil I used to take off my makeup before my shower was still on my face, or if somehow one of the moisturizers or whatever I used just didn't like either the corrector or the concealer. Because the corrector looked fine. It was when I went to put the concealer on over it that it got like weird. I love it when people like, I had somebody that was kind of hateful on one of my older videos that I ended up removing the comment, but they were like, "You're wearing foundation. There's no way you're not wearing foundation." Well, I'm like, okay. So I did my makeup live. It just did it again. I wonder if it's something in my powder. Let me shake my powder up. Because it just did it again. If you look, let me see if I can turn the light down. Whoa, that's the wrong way. Whew. It's like, I wonder if it's something in the powder. That is freaky. It's like you know when you take you have soapy water in the sink and you put one drop of like soap in it and the oil like separates, it turns into like these little beads and separates. That's what it's doing. So instead of using the bottom, maybe it's the bottom of my sponge, I'm going to take the side of it. I don't usually use this much powder, but I washed this little sponge earlier after I put makeup on. Well, this side looks fine. The powder is a combination of the Coty Airspun and the Maybelline Fit Me in Fair and hyaluronic acid. I found that the Coty powder was like, I don't know, I think the smell is what bothered me the most with that. It was like too much fragrance. So then I added in the Maybelline Fit Me, which is just about the right shade. And between the two powders, they're about the right color for me because the one powder is supposed to be translucent, but it does have a color to it. And then the hyaluronic acid is just something from Walmart. And I put like, the light's blowing it out. It's just a regular like straight up hyaluronic acid. So I mixed that in with the powder and then stirred it really well. And it's kind of like the same idea behind the Becca Hydra Mist setting powder, but without it being like super dark or pink. So that's what I've been using. Where is my other brush? Oh, duh. It fell over. Okay, so I've talked about hair, talked about some of the recording issues that I'm having. So a friend of mine reached out to me, I want to say in like October or November, and she wanted to know if I knew of anywhere to like rent or if, you know, anything like that. And I was like, no, not really. And then she was telling me what was going on with her, and I think she got hit by ball lightning. Her symptoms and stuff really sound like ball lightning. And that happens here quite a bit in Florida. I've known a couple people to get hit by it. So it wasn't like when she told me what was going on with her that I'm like going ham with my bronzer today. Oh well. So she was like telling me that she thinks she got hit by some sort of like energy weapon or something like that, and that she was in the hospital for a while and she recovered, and then by the time she got out, her mom and her sister had done some pretty shady things to her. So she needed somewhere to go. She was staying with her mom, with her sister, and her mom was there. And her mom and her sister are a lot like my mom. They're really not nice people. So she needed somewhere else to go, and she asked if I knew of anywhere that was like available for rent. And at the time, you know, I was barely leaving the house like once a month. So it's not like I really knew of anywhere that she could move. And, you know, and everywhere was up here where I live, and she lives in, you know, DeLand area. She doesn't even live down here by where I do. So I was like, well, unless you're willing to move to Lake County, I really don't know of anywhere that I could recommend that you could move. And then Dad was like, does your friend need somewhere to stay? And I was like, yeah, she's kind of got a shit situation right now, living with her mom and her sister. And she's not really like feeling safe where she's at. And they're really like, they were really screwing with her. And so he's like, well, does she have, you know, any form of income? What all is she like looking for? So we talked about, I guess my brother just got in the shower. So we talked about like her possibly coming here and staying on the couch. And she's like, well, I'll pay you so much per month. And she's like, I don't care. You know, I don't mind sleeping on the couch, because our couch, like, right? Yeah, I know that all too well, Ada. If it wasn't for my dad, I'd be homeless. So, so she was supposed to come up like months ago and stay with us. But that, for whatever reason, things just never, like, the timing just wasn't right. And either that or something else happened, or she ended up back in a medical facility and she could never get up here. Because I'm like an hour away from her. So, long story short, she reached out to me again the other day, and is like, at this point, she's like desperate for somewhere to go. So she's supposed to come up this weekend and talk to my dad. And, you know, I know her, but he doesn't, or he's met her, but he doesn't remember her. Hang on, I gotta get my Sprite off my desk, because I feel like I got a cough. I don't know why, but for the past couple weeks, I've been like coughing, and all of a sudden they'll just hit me out of the blue, and like I'll be asleep, dead to the world, asleep when I get hit with a coughing fit, and all of a sudden I'm just like coughing and gasping for air, and I don't know why. The fibromyalgia stuff comes and goes. It's not like it's a steady thing. So I'm some days I feel great, and some days I feel like absolute roadkill. So it just all depends on the day. So anyways, so that's going on. And then I had another friend that I used to talk to like almost daily on social media and everything like that. And I thought we were, pretty good friends. And it's like I got to thinking about some of the things that she had said to me, and she would, like, I would make a statement or talk about something, and next thing I know, I was getting a reply back from her that was kind of derogatory and hateful. And the other day, they just kind of like set me off. And I'm one of those kinds of people that I can be your best friend in the world, and you can do me wrong over and over and over and over and over again, and you can continue to stab me in the back, talk shit about me, steal my boyfriend, that kind of thing, and I will still be your friend. But I finally get to those points where like enough is enough, and when I say I'm done, well, this isn't the same girl that's going to be moving in I'm talking about. But like when I'm like to the point where I'm like so angry I'm crying, I'm done. Like finito, done. Unless they do something to like make things right with me, be it apologizing or going back and reflecting on their actions, then I'm done. No, it's not. No. Talking about somebody completely different. No, my friend Debbie, I know her in real life. Met her through like the pagan community. Every time I would go vending in the land, she was there. So no, I've known Debbie for 10 plus years. This other girl I've only known for, I don't know, 6 months or less. And I thought we were friends, and come to find out we're not as friends as I thought we were. Yeah, no, it's not the same girl that could potentially be moving in. So this other girl that I know from online, that I met through online channels, like she would send me a message and we would, be talking about something, and next thing I knew, whatever I had said, she would come back with a negative retort to it, or turn whatever I said into a negative situation. And I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't mean it that way. Why are you talking to me like I'm an absolute fucking moron? And then the other day they sent me a message. I left a comment on something, and they sent me a message and said WTF, and then left a bunch of like a whole like paragraph, but they used WTF not once but twice. And I replied back with the fuck is wrong with you kind of thing. And I did use the F-bomb once in a reply. And it's not like they haven't heard me drop the F-bomb before. And I had, by that point, I had absolutely freaking had it. And one of the last, like, every time I would say something, they were like, oh, well, that's not it, right? You're stupid, or you didn't ask the right questions, or you need to do more research, or a simple Google search will tell you that you're wrong. That was like how the conversations always went. I would say something, and then they would come back and be like, you're misinformed, or you didn't ask the right questions, or why didn't you research this? And I guess this person doesn't understand that I was talking about a medical condition with them. And the medical condition I had was like from back in 2000. And I don't know about you, but Google back in 2000 wasn't the Google that it is today. And we were still on dial-up. And I tried to explain that and even have the testing that was done and the doctor's notes for the testing that was done. But this person basically called me a fucking moron and said that I'm stupid and you can only get this from this, and this kind of actions, and that the fact that you didn't question your doctor or question the test results or those kinds of things, she basically just called me an idiot. And then another time, a few weeks ago, I had a migraine and it lasted for like days. And I had made a comment about how I was feeling like slow and sluggish. My brain felt like it was like running through the mud with molasses poured over the top of it. And the comment that I got back was, because I had made a comment about kind of like feeling dumb, about how I said, well, my brain just feels so dumb right now. And then she came back and bit my head off and was like, I really hate it when people use derogatory terms like dumb and idiot. She's like, people aren't this or they aren't that. I'm like, you do realize that dumb means something completely different than stupid and completely different than idiot. So I was using the terminology to myself about how my brain, I wasn't able to like function. It would take me 10 minutes just to think of one thing. Like I would go and make a cup of coffee and put it in the microwave and then go and sit back down and wait for the microwave to beep. And in that amount of time between putting it in, sitting down and waiting for it to beep, I would absolutely forget what I was doing. And I'd be sitting there at my desk going, and I'm like, it really did feel like my brain was dumb. And I tried explaining that, and all I did was just get my head bit off even more. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stop right here and not talk about this anymore with this person and just leave it there. And I would either not reply to a message for like an hour or two, or I would change the subject and start talking about something completely different, or ask something about their goings on and whatnot, just to change the subject. And then the other day, like it's been 2 days, 3 days since they sent me the WTF message. And then they had the nerve, after I dropped the F-bomb once, they had the nerve to say, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't cuss at me! Exclamation point. I'm like, wait a minute. You said what the fuck to me twice. WTF. I'm sorry, but do you not know what WTF means? I mean, I know what I misconstrue SMH, which means, to me, it means smack my head, but some people it means shake my head. So I use SMH meaning smack my head, like the whole moment thing, not this. So I understand there's like differentiation between the abbreviated languages. So instead of it being misconstrued in my reply, I put the fuck is wrong with you? Question mark. The fuck. Not what the fuck, not WTF. The capital F-U-C-K. All caps. That way there was no misunderstandings there. I said what I said and I meant it. I was like seriously thinking, what in the hell is wrong with this chick? Is she like deranged? And then I got to thinking, okay, well, she's got health problems. Maybe she's having a bad day. Maybe she hasn't slept. Maybe she hasn't eaten anything. Maybe she just needs to get a piece of ass. Maybe it's just, I don't know. All of a sudden, it's like the past like 3-4 weeks, this person had been done nothing but rail on me and rail on me and rail on me and rail on me. And I wrote out this like thing on Facebook, and I like wrote a whole, it must have been like 5 paragraphs long. I'm like, okay. But I felt better afterwards. But yeah, I was like, I'm like, what is wrong with people? Why do people like all of a sudden just, it's like doing this. It's like somebody like flipped a switch. That's what I was thinking, Ada. I was like, maybe, you know, that maybe there was something else going on in the day or the life or the situation that was causing this negative reaction. So I left on my post, Michael, you know exactly who I'm talking about, but don't type it in chat because we talked about this. And the funny thing is my dad read quite a few of the messages and he's like, why is she being a bitch all of a sudden? I said, I don't know. But he went through and read like days and days worth of our messages back and forth, seeing if he could figure out what I had done wrong or what I had said wrong, or maybe I had like wrote something that was misinterpreted or something. I just screwed up that side. I gotta do it on this side. I was like at my wit's end. So I left a big long diatribe on my Facebook page. And I made sure to tag her in it. Because I was like fed up. And I made sure to put in there that, you know, unless she's willing to apologize to me for the hateful things that she said to me, I'm done. And I don't have a problem being as blunt. Sorry, I just had a message pop down from Twitter and it says, I think everyone hates on, and then it disappeared before I could read the rest of it. That was kind of apropos, and now my nose is running. See, this is another reason why I don't wear foundation. My nose is constantly running. Got some serious 80s music going on here. I'm kind of digging it. Now, just because I would accept an apology doesn't mean, and I'm one of those kinds of people that if somebody really means their apology to me and they're honest about it, and that is, I can tell that that's really what they mean, I will accept an apology. Next time I'll be skeptical, but I will be more than happy to accept an apology if it was meant wholeheartedly. This eye is darker than the other one. Gosh darn it. But like I've been stressing about this for like 4 days now. And the funny thing is this person's like hardly ever on most of their social media accounts, and all of a sudden they're like responding to people on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that, and it keeps popping up in my feed so I can see it. I'm like, you come on here like once a month and interact on Twitter, and then all of a sudden like 15 to 20 times an hour you're responding to people on Twitter. I'm like, okay, I see you. You screw up one side, you kind of got to fix. Well, I've been through so much, and the videos that'll go up Saturday, Michael will explain this a little bit better. I've been through a lot. I have had to deal with a lot, and I have learned that there are times when people say that they're sorry and they really mean they're sorry and they have true remorse for what they have done. I know there are things in my life that I have done that I am remorseful for and I mean it. China, crap. I don't know if you can leave a comment while I'm live. I will have to come back and live stream after it renders and stuff and find you. Or leave a comment on my community tab. Like, go to one of my community posts and leave a comment on there. And then I can find your YouTube channel that way. Well, Ada, I can be that way, though. That's the problem. The thing is I have like different levels for my mood, because like my like normal like kind of like temperamental temper is like my, I guess you could say my Native American side of me is kind of like the temperate anger, where I'm like angry but I'm still controllable. And then you get my German angry. And once you get my German level of angry, you better watch out, because everybody's going to get their ass set on fire. So it just, and it goes to levels, because you figure I'm like 16% Irish, 9% Scottish. I'm like, so much percent French. So it's like, the thing is you would think my like Scottish or my Irish attitude would be like worse. But my dad says that when I'm like angry, the angriest, like to the point where I'm like irritating myself. And like every little thing, I'm like, what touched me? Oh my God, there's a hair touching. And I'm like raging, completely raging. And it's my hair touching me. And I'm like flipping out because one of my own hairs is touching me and I'm that angry. My dad's like, oh God, her French has come out. And occasionally I do pop off in French. I don't speak much French, but I do speak enough of it to get angry with myself. And my dad will actually get up from his computer, avoid walking around me, walk through the other room, enter the kitchen and out through the back door into the backyard. And he'll stay gone for like an hour. And he'll come back in through the foyer and he'll be like, how you doing? You doing okay? You feeling better? And depending on what my reaction is or the look I give him, he knows whether or not to turn around and go right back out the front door. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I guess you could say everybody has their different levels of anger. Mine have regions. So, Ada, comment ça va? No, he's checking to see if it's safe. He's not checking on me. He's checking to see if the coast is clear yet. That's what Dad does. He's like, okay, can I come back in and play my video game? Yeah, I could do like, Je m'appelle Rebecca. Let's see. Oh, I just forgot the word for chicken. I was going to say j'ai mangé and then chicken. My brain just died. Comment ça va? Ça va bien. I think I count better in most languages than anything else. I forget like most words, or I'll like start off in French and end up in Spanish. You figure I spoke Spanish all the way up until 4th grade. And then in high school, I took a year of well, I took Spanish, or I took French 1 and 2. So I took technically 2 semesters, but they consider it a year. 10th and 11th grade, I took French. I took Spanish again in college as my language elective. But it's been so freaking long since I've used any of that stuff. Oh, my eye is watering. I wouldn't mind going to France. I used to have a pen pal in Nantes. And we wrote all the way up until I was about 30, 28, 30. We used to write physical letters back and forth to each other, which I thought was cool because I got to talk to somebody from like the other side of the world. I don't even know what I want to do. I'm wearing yellow. Ow. I used the green one. Got a Bruce Springsteen song playing. You, God like you. Me and you. Oh, good. Come on, baby, let me hurt so good. This love don't feel like it should. Hurt so good. I don't know. I've been stressing about a lot of things, especially with recording so many different videos with these 3 palettes. So far, I've got 6 out of the 10 done for the Capricorn palette. And I was going to record 2 more, but I was like, screw it. I'll do a live stream and update people on life and all the funsities of what's going on with life. But I don't know, just a lot of stuff is going on. Oh, and I cleaned out, I was going through my clothes the other day because, you know, with me putting weight on again, I probably ought to pull out the box that has my clothes in it that go up to size 14. Even though I'm not quite there yet, pant size wise, I know that I've got some cute dresses and stuff in there that I can wear. But I pulled a bunch of stuff out and I was going through like stuff that I don't like, or I don't like the way it feels, or I just don't wear it, that kind of thing. And I was going to list it for sale. And one of our cats, I don't know what is wrong with her. She like worries and she'll like find one particular spot on her body and just like worry it to death. First, she like chewed all the fur off of her hindquarters, and then she chewed all the hair off of her like back right above her tail area. Her tail is missing most of its fur. Now she's eating the pads of her paws. So she's like ripped the pad of her paw off both of the front feet. And she's like chewing, like they're like every time she goes to walk, they're bloody. You should see my bed. The whole end of my bed, thankfully I have a sheet over my blankets and stuff, is like there's bloody footprints all over it. So she ended up getting into the clothes that I had pulled out of the closet and thrown over the top of my laundry basket to like go through and whatnot. There were bloody footprints all over it. It looked like there was a murder in my bedroom. It was so bad. So I ended up having to rewash all that stuff. I just pulled that out of the dryer last night. I still have to wash the rugs in here have blood on it. The top sheet from my bed has blood all over it. And then I ended up pulling the toilet seat cover off the toilet because I don't even know. I think it's buried. Let me see if I can dig it out. My dirty laundry pile in here. It's about time for me to wash laundry again. Here it is. It's all the way in the very bottom. But like, if you can see, there's like two perfectly good bloody footprints on the toilet seat cover. Oh, it looks like there's 3. Nope, 4. But like, she was like, I came in my bathroom one day and she was standing on my toilet, like with the lid down and everything, like snooping around on like the thing on the back of my toilet. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you, Kat? So now I gotta wash this, which is brand new, and there's bloody footprints all over it. Kind of wish I was British for a moment so I could have a double entendre for that word. A medical interpreter. What do you mean? But, and of course the dishwasher is clean. I need to empty that. I've got a sink full of dishes that I've got to put in it. Tomorrow I plan on making a crock pot dinner. Found a new recipe for pork chops, so I'm gonna try that. Oh, and I texted Dad earlier today. I was like, Dad, is today like some sort of like postal holiday or something? And he's like, not that I know of. Why? I was like, well, I keep seeing this Woman's Day crap all over everything. And it's like, is that some like new holiday, you know, because they're like celebrating women that they need to like stop the postal service? And he laughed. And I was like, first they go and they make some new like odd holiday for Valentine's Day for women that are like single or whatever, calling it Galentine's Day, and that supposedly the post offices are closed then too. And I'm like, what? And now we've got a women's holiday. I don't have a problem like celebrating women and all that kind of stuff. Not saying I'm like anti-feminist or whatever, but I just think it's kind of a bit ridiculous. It's like they're making freaking holidays for everything. Just some other day that they want to use to like make money for stuff. Sorry, deep in concentration here. Oh, thank God it's still going. Stupid spam solicitation call came in on my phone, and I thought for sure it was going to drop the live stream. Hey, Logan. You caught me deep in concentration here, man. Oh, thank you. Yeah, see, I don't speak fluent Spanish anymore. I haven't spoken Spanish since I was like 10. So like they say, you don't use it, you lose it. Right? How about no entiende? Unless you speak other versions of Spanish and then you say no comprende. I think my most used Spanish term is ay Dios mío. I find that I use that word the most, or that phrase. Oh, I should have come up closer to do this. I met a girl in Walmart like a week and a half ago. And she was saying how she has a hard time with liquid liner. And I told her that I'd be more than happy to like walk her through it. She came up here to see her dad for the weekend. She lives in like Cocoa Beach. But she said that she has a real hard time like doing liquid liner, and I explained to her how I do it. And she says every time she does it, she like messes it up somehow. I was like, I know that feeling. Okay? ¿Qué pasa? I think, like with anything, if you don't use it, you lose it. Like, if I was to go back to school now and try and do like high school algebra, I think I'd be screwed. See, and I hate math, but I'm really good at it. So I kind of like was hosed either way. Like, I don't know. I really enjoyed like English, and I enjoyed doing things like in science. I've got like dry skin on the end of my nose, and it's like flapping in the breeze. See, I didn't have chemistry in high school, but I had chemistry in college, and I loved my chemistry teacher. Like, he was a hoot. He was the one, like, have you ever done like that litmus test where they give you a little strip of litmus paper and have you like stick it on your tongue? Did you ever do that in school? No? Well, basically what it was is there is like a specific acid on the litmus paper, and what it does is it tests whether or not you are a super taster or not. Like you figure out of a class of like 30 students or so, he gave everybody a little slip of paper, and he's like, okay, everybody, we're going to count to whatever, and then we're going to, I'm going to have you stick it on your tongue. Everybody stick your tongue out and get ready. And we were all supposed to like stick it on our tongue at the same time. And it was like, okay, 1, 2, 3, go. And like you stick it on your tongue, and there's like 4 or 5 of us in this classroom that's like, what is that thing? Oh my God, that is disgusting. And like everybody else is like, looking at us like we were absolute like crazy, because they're like, they put it on their tongue and they're like, it's just paper, man, it's just paper. And like there was literally like 5 of us out of the entire class that was like freaking out, and the teacher's standing there still holding his, and he's snickering, and we're like, I'm like, you didn't put yours in your mouth, why didn't you put? He goes, because I know what this does to my tongue. I'm like, what was that thing? That was horrible. And we're all like drinking water or soda or whatever we've got available, because it was disgusting. Come to find out, whatever is on that little piece of litmus paper was like, it's a certain level of acid, and what it does is it tests the taste buds on your tongue, so that it like literally, it's like taking a needle and like sticking a needle on every taste bud on your tongue all at the same time. And it was horrible. It was so bad. So found out the hard way that I'm considered a super taster. It just means that my taste buds react a lot more sensitively to things than other people. Oh, it was bad. But yeah, it was bad. And you can actually buy the litmus paper, like, I know I found it on Amazon like a while back, but you can get like tests that you can take to test whether or not you're a super taster or not. And it's like they even sell like the kits on Amazon that's like a gag thing for a party. And it's not really a gag, it really is a test. But you basically, you all take a piece of litmus paper, and you all do the whole, everybody do it at once kind of thing. And, you basically get to figure out which ones of your friends are super tasters over the other ones by doing that. It's very mean. It tastes disgusting, and I'll never stick one in my mouth again because it's gross. My eyes are watering so bad. But anyways, finish look. Now I gotta get out of here because I've got somewhere to be before 4 o'clock. And it's like 3:30 now. I took too long to do this, but that's okay. Yeah, well, my eyes are blue and I'm wearing a green shadow, but there's like this sage green color on my dress, so that's kind of what I was going for. Right? Now it's business stuff I gotta go take care of. And the place closes at 5, but I want to get there at 4 because it is Friday, and I don't know if they like close early on Fridays or not. I was kind of hoping the post office or that we would get mail today, but we are waiting. Dad and I ordered this subscription service to oh, I just put my face on the microphone. That was really smart, Rebecca Lynn. Get so okay, now that I'm untangled. So we ordered this subscription service, or I should say I'm technically the one that ordered it. We ordered it like the end of the first week, beginning of the second week of February, for Dad and I to like unbox and do like an unboxing video on my YouTube channel with this product. It said it would be shipped out the week of that we would get it the week of the 25th, and it was shipped out like the Wednesday before the 25th, and we still don't have it. And then the second box shipped on like the 2nd, and it says we would be getting it the week of the 4th. Well, it's like what, the 8th, the 7th now, and we still don't have it. No, it's one of those like subscription boxes. So anyways, so hopefully it comes, because Dad really can only record like Friday through Sunday, because like last night he said he didn't get home till like 8 o'clock, and the night before last I was just waking up when he was getting home, and it was like 8:30. And the past like few weeks he's been getting home anywhere between like 6:30 at night and like 11 o'clock at night, and he goes to bed at 11:30 at the latest. So we've been like kind of waiting for these things to come in so we could sit and record the videos, and I just figured it would be something fun, and Dad and I could do like do a live stream of it of here. And we didn't get any mail today at all, period. So anyways, all right, I think I'm gonna get off of here. I've got like 18 minutes to get there, and granted it's like 6 minutes down the road. So I will see you guys later. I might do a live stream tomorrow. It just depends on how I feel. I haven't been to bed yet. I've been awake since 10:30, 11 o'clock last night. I don't know what this tickle is, but it needs to go away. Downside to having a big nose, you got to basically drown yourself just to get anything out of it. Yeah, you're welcome. I told you I'd go live. I even sent you a message on Instagram to let you know I would be going live. Well, I used to make fun of my dad because, okay, soda can etiquette with a big nose. You got to drink out of the can, right? Your nose gets in the way. You try and turn it to the side. You can turn it to the side and drink out of it like this. But I find that if I do that, I usually get soda here. So it's just easier to put the tab on the bottom of your nose and just lift until you get liquid. Depends on the shape of them, Logan. I'm just glad mine doesn't, like, I have a bump in mine, but I don't have like a really pronounced bump in mine. I do have this like little British ball thing going on at the end of it though. So I have like a German shape, but the end of my nose is very British. I've got this little like rounded piece here. And if you look, I've got a rounded piece here and here. So I've got this little like ball on the end of my nose. And I think I would like my nose more if I didn't have that little like poochy piece right here. But then again, I've always had like, if you look at my neck, if you see how my neck goes, you know, kind of up at an angle, like some women, their neck is like very angular. It's kind of like boxy, but my neck is kind of like triangular shaped. So I've always kind of like not like that either. My dad's like, you need to lose weight. You're getting a double chin. I'm like, Dad, that is my throat right there. That's not fat. That all of that is part of my throat. It's not like extra skin or anything. I think he just does it to harass me. He also picks on me for my gray hairs, which I love. So I'm a very strange female. I like my gray hairs. I don't care that people know that I'm almost 40, but it is what it is. But anyways, I'm going to go. I will take pictures of this look and put it up on Instagram and stuff. That way, you know, you can see it up close. And yes, I have shorts on underneath my dress. I have a dress on, but I still have shorts on. And then it's got an underdress thing. So if you ever worry, you know, ever wonder what I'm picking at, that's usually what it is. Shorts. Because it's not proper to wear a dress without shorts underneath. And you'll never catch me out in public or even at home in a dress without shorts on underneath. But anyways, I'm going to go. I will see you guys later. Hopefully you guys have a great day or night wherever you are. And tomorrow, just precursor warning. Tomorrow's videos are heavy. The video that goes up at 5 talks about my abusive history and some of the things that I've been through in abuse. So the comments on that video are turned off. They all have to be approved by me first before they are posted because it does talk about sexual abuse. So just heads up, the video that goes up at 5 tomorrow will be about things that I went through as a child. So if you guys are not interested in watching that, just a fair warning of what tomorrow's video is. I've got trigger warnings all through it. There's trigger warnings in the description box, just trigger warnings in the title. I even recorded like another precursor video that goes up like right before it. So that one will go up first, and then the other one will go up like, I think one goes up at 5, one goes up at 5:15, something like that. So that way there's plenty of warning. So anyways, bye. And I think I look good at 130 pounds. Oh yeah, you can't even see my hair. It's so long. Here, let me open the door. Now you can see how long my hair is. So anyways, bye guys. I will see you later.